Hey everyone, Theo here. Today I'm reviewing the Yunsan Cloud NAS, and this product is marketed as a dual bay personal cloud storage device. Now first of all, a disclaimer, this is a review unit provided by the company. In this video, I'll just present to you my findings so that you can decide whether this is worth the money. And this product will be released through Kickstarter, through crowdfunding. So as with any crowdfunding campaign, you have to do your due diligence to decide whether you can accept the risk of funding any campaigns on Kickstarter. So the price of this NAS is $209 for the first 100 sets. The price obviously does not include the hard drive, which you have to buy separately, and after that it will be $239. You can think of this as an alternative to online cloud storage services such as Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, and Dropbox. I've been using this for a few weeks now, so let me give you the bottom line up front. This works fine as a personal cloud NAS with mobile and desktop apps, so you can transfer your files from your mobile devices or computers to this NAS for backup. And there is no monthly subscription fee because this is a one-time purchase. As for the downsides and limitations, at the time of making this review, the features are kind of limited compared to those cloud storage services that I have mentioned earlier. I will talk more about the features later on in the video. And these are the specifications for the NAS. There is 1 gig of RAM and 8 gigs of internal storage. Now the overall performance is quite smooth. Let's look at the items included with the purchase. That's the NAS, a 1 meter long Ethernet cable, some screws for the 2 hard drive trays, a mini screwdriver, power cable with attached power adapter. This is using a double round pin, so for me I need to use another adapter. The power output is 12 volts, 5 ampere, 60 watts, and this connector is the standard barrel connector, so if this power adapter becomes faulty, you can replace it very easily. And lastly, there is the user guide, which is in English and Japanese. The text is really small and difficult to read, and I have already told the company about that, and they said they will reprint the user guide with larger text. I hope they will provide a download link to the PDF user manual as well. Let's look at the design and build quality. This is a good looking design, and the build quality is extremely solid because this is a full metal build and it's kind of heavy. The edges on the front and back are beveled. This is rounded off. The surface is matte textured. There are 2 hard drive trays with activity light indicators. So this NAS can support up to a total of 40 terabytes of storage. And it supports RAID 0 and RAID 1, and there is encryption for storage. There are no locks here, so to remove the hard drive tray, you just press this button and this latch will pop out and you just pull out the tray. Build quality for this tray feels slightly flimsy, but it's okay since this will be inside the NAS anyway. Let's attach the hard drive to the tray. Installation is pretty straightforward. You can use any 3.5-inch SATA hard drive. Let's slide this in and have a look at the ports on the back. There's a big fan for ventilation, and the fan noise is audible, but it's not that loud, so this can blend with ambient noise. That's the power port. This USB-A is for debugging, and this is a 1000 megabits per second Ethernet. And lastly, on the bottom, there are 4 rubber feet to elevate the NAS off the table surface. And here you can see 2 QR codes. One will let you download the app, the other one will connect the app to this NAS. And now let me show you how to set up the app. First, you need to connect the NAS to your modem. You need to download the app with the help of the QR code, and you need to set up an account so that you can use the app. The most challenging part about setting up the app is actually reading the small text on the user manual. And now with the app, you can tap the plus icon here to scan the second QR code, which will bind the NAS to this app. Now there are 2 QR codes there, so you may have to use your finger to cover the other one so that you can scan this. After you have connected the app successfully to the NAS, there will be this IP address you have to remember. Next, you have to type in the IP address followed by :8899 into a web browser, which can be on your phone, tablet, or computer, and press enter. And that will bring you to the home page of the NAS. I'm using a tablet here because it's easier for me to record. Let's enter the default password, 123456, enter. So this is where you can customize the NAS. Under network, you can leave this as default. Under user, you can create up to 20 users who can share the storage space. So I have created 2 users. Each user will have the ID and the password, and user 1 will not be able to see the files of user 2. So that's privacy. And under system is where you can format the hard drives. So these are all the specs for the NAS, and this is where you can actually choose to format the drive and choose between using RAID 0 or RAID 1 or single disk mode. You can adjust the time zone, and here you can enable cloud services, which you will need to enable if you want to use this as a cloud storage device. You can reset the password for the NAS, and you can update the firmware on the NAS, and you can reboot the NAS here as well. Before you can use the NAS, you need to choose the disk mode. So you can use single disk mode. You can choose to use either drive 1 or drive 2. You can use RAID 0, which is striping, which means you will use the total storage from the 2 drives, or you can use RAID 1, which is mirroring, which I'm going to use because this provides redundancy. And now I can save and format the disk to this format. I'm not sure why, but when I tap here to format, it didn't work with the browser from my tablet, so I'm going to use the browser from my iPhone. So let's format, and this will say that everything will be erased. Okay, this will take some time, and the NAS will restart after the reformat. After reformat, it will show the working mode, and it's RAID 1, and I have 3.6 terabyte of storage. On the NAS homepage, if you're using the web browser on a tablet or on your computer, there will be this additional user tab here. And I can see that all the files have been erased, but the user accounts were not erased. So if you need to erase or remove user accounts, you have to do so manually. So I have created 2 user accounts, one for the iPhone and one for this Android tablet. And now let me upload some files to the NAS. So you can upload from the folders or from the photo gallery, and I'm going to upload from the photo gallery. I'm going to choose a video file because it's big. There is no progress bar, so you will not know how long the upload will take. I found out that with the iPhone app, you have to leave the app open. If the phone goes to sleep, the upload process will fail. And this happens with other cloud storage apps as well, such as Microsoft OneDrive, sometimes Google Drive as well. It's an iOS problem. So now you can see the file has been successfully uploaded to the NAS. Next, let's upload some images. So I'm uploading 3 files at the same time, 1 PNG and 2 PDF files. And if I tap on this and tap open, this will download from the NAS, and this is a PDF file. Let's open the video file. So this is downloading from the server, from the NAS, so this is going to take some time. The download speed will be limited by your home's network speed. So this is the video player from the app, and if I rotate it like this, you can see the video doesn't actually rotate. And this video player has, well, very limited features. And if you scrub forward, it will seek again because it's trying to download the file, the video from the NAS. If you download images or PDFs where the file size is smaller, they will obviously load much faster. Okay, at least you can rotate the PDF. The features for the Android app is similar to the iOS app. So for each user, you will get your own private folder, and you will have access to this public folder as well. So now I want to upload maybe another video from this Android tablet. I'm going to choose this, and it's uploading to, well, the private folder. So for files that are in the private folder, obviously other users will not be able to see your files unless you put it in the public folder. And for Android, at least you can see the progress for the upload, so you can get an idea on how long this will take. When you tap and hold on the icon, there is actually not much you can do. You can only copy, cut, delete, and rename. It's not possible to select multiple files for download. So I've just uploaded some files from the Android tablet to the NAS. So this is the private folder for the Android user, and this is the private folder for the iPhone user. If I want to share a file to the iPhone user, I have to put the file into the public folder so that the iPhone user can go into the public folder to look at that file. Now, one thing to note here is, for some reason, I can see the PNG file preview for this file, but I don't see the previews for this PNG files. Okay, let's tap here to do a copy and put this file here into the public folder. Let's paste. Okay, and for some reason I can see the preview now in the public folder but not in the private folder. Anyway, let's open the public folder. Yeah, so now I can see that file. So if I want this file, I can do a copy and paste it into my private folder. Paste. These two files are PNG files, but I'm not sure why one is showing the preview but the other one does not have the preview. So right now, features are quite limited for the iOS and Android apps. For example, you cannot switch the view mode from icon to list or detail. There is no search option and there is no progress bar for the upload on the iOS app. It's not possible to create a download link to share the files that you have from your NAS to someone else, and the company says that's for privacy and security reasons. From what I can see right now, there is no way to back up your phone, tablets, and computers completely automatically to the NAS. And now let's take a look at the desktop app, which is currently only available to Windows. The company told me they will be releasing the macOS app, hopefully when the Kickstarter launches. So I can see the NAS here. So I need to click here to connect. So let's connect. I have just connected the desktop app to the NAS, so I can see the same files that are on the iPhone because I'm using the iPhone account. So same thing, I cannot see the preview for the PNG file. If I go into the public folder again, I can see the preview, so it's really weird. And the name here is weird as well. I cannot change the name. But at least with the desktop app, I can, change between icon mode and detailed mode. But there is no search. And if I tap here to do a right click, features here are quite limited too. You can open the file, make a directory or create a folder, go up and down the directory, delete the file, rename the file, and that's it. Let me try and select multiple files to download by pressing the Shift key, and I am not able to do so. If I right click here on the NAS and tap settings, this will go to the NAS homepage again. Alright, to conclude, this device looks good and has solid build quality. It works fine, it works as advertised. The downside or limitation would be the lack of features right now, so it would be great if the company can release more features through the apps in the future. And if the company can let you back up your phones, tablets, and computers with this NAS, that would be absolutely amazing. As to whether this is worth the money, well, you guys can decide and let me know in the comment section below. So if you're interested to get this, you can check out the Kickstarter link in the video description. And that's it for my review. See you again.